A new beginning, a refugee's journey. In a small village nestled amidst rolling hills and fertile fields, there lived a young woman named Sarah. Her life had once been filled with the laughter of family gatherings, the warmth of community festivals, and the comforting routine of daily chores. But all that changed when war erupted in her homeland. The conflict came suddenly, like a storm unleashed from the depths of despair. Bombs fell from the sky, sending shockwaves through the earth and shattering the tranquility of Sarah's village. Buildings crumbled, fields lay scorched, and families were torn apart in an instant. Sarah's own home, once a sanctuary of love and security, had been reduced to a pile of rubble, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in times of war. With nothing but the clothes on her back and a few precious belongings hastily stuffed into a tattered backpack, Sarah joined the exodus of displaced people fleeing the chaos. She walked alongside others, men, women, and children of all ages, each with their own stories of loss and survival etched into weary faces. They moved as a silent procession, their footsteps echoing on dusty roads and ancient paths that had witnessed centuries of history now scarred by the ravages of conflict. Days blurred into nights as they journeyed across borders and traversed landscapes scarred by violence. They sought refuge in makeshift camps hastily erected along the route, where tents made from tarpaulins and scraps of cloth provided scant protection from the elements. Food was scarce, water even scarcer, and each day brought new challenges and uncertainties. Yet amid the hardship, Sarah found moments of solace and solidarity. In the refugee camps, she forged bonds with strangers who became makeshift family. They shared stories around makeshift fires, their voices carrying tales of resilience and hope amidst the devastation. There were children who still laughed despite the shadows that haunted their eyes, elders who spoke of better days long gone, and young adults like herself who clung to dreams of a future free from fear. As they journeyed, Sarah clung to one flickering ember of hope, the promise of sanctuary in a distant land. She had heard whispers of a country where refugees were welcomed with open arms, where they could rebuild their lives free from the shadow of war. It was a beacon of hope that kept her going through the darkest moments of her journey, a distant shore on a storm-tossed sea. After weeks of arduous travel and countless obstacles, Sarah and her fellow refugees finally reached the border of their destination country. Exhausted but determined, they presented themselves to officials who processed their paperwork with a mix of efficiency and compassion born from witnessing the plight of so many. Sarah's heart pounded as she waited for her turn, her palms sweaty with anticipation and anxiety. When her name was called, Sarah stepped forward with a mix of trepidation and relief. She handed over her documents, tattered remnants of a life left behind, and held her breath as the official reviewed them. Moments stretched into eternity until finally, with a nod and a stamp, Sarah's status was confirmed. She was granted refugee status in this new country. Tears streamed down Sarah's cheeks as she thanked the official, her voice choked with emotion. She turned to embrace her newfound friends, their faces alight with a mixture of joy and disbelief. Together, they crossed into their new homeland, leaving behind the scars of war and embracing the promise of a fresh start on unfamiliar shores. In the days that followed, Sarah and the other refugees found themselves navigating the unfamiliar terrain of their new lives with a mixture of gratitude and determination. They were provided shelter in refugee housing provided by charitable organizations, where volunteers greeted them with warm meals, blankets, and offers of assistance. Language classes and job training programs helped them acclimate to the new language, customs, and expectations of their host country. Sarah found work in a local bakery, where the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread filled the air and brought a sense of normalcy reminiscent of her childhood. She made friends with her co-workers, learning the language and customs of her new country with eagerness born from a desire to integrate and contribute. In the evenings, she attended classes to further her education, dreaming of a career that would allow her to give back to the community that had welcomed her with open arms. Slowly but surely, Sarah rebuilt her life in this new land. She found a small apartment in a quiet neighborhood, decorated with photographs salvaged from the wreckage of her old home, a testament to the resilience and determination that had carried her through dark times. She volunteered with local organizations that supported refugees, sharing her story at community events and advocating for the rights of newcomers like herself. As the seasons turned and years passed, Sarah's resilience and determination shone brightly. She became an advocate for refugee rights, using her voice to speak out against injustice and discrimination. Her story, once silenced by the horrors of war, became a beacon of hope for others who sought refuge and a chance to start anew. Though the scars of her past remained, Sarah's journey was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of compassion. In her adopted homeland, she found not only safety and security but also the opportunity to thrive and contribute to a better world. Her story, like those of countless refugees around the globe, served as a reminder of the resilience and courage that defined their journeys toward a brighter future, a future where hope triumphed over despair, and where the promise of a new beginning awaited those willing to embrace it. Through Sarah's eyes, the world saw the indomitable spirit of those who had faced adversity with courage and resilience. Her journey from war-torn refugee to advocate for peace and justice inspired countless others to stand up for the rights of the marginalized and displaced. In classrooms, boardrooms, and community centers, Sarah's voice resonated as a call to action, a reminder that every individual, regardless of their past or circumstances, deserved a chance to rebuild their lives and contribute to a more compassionate and inclusive society. As she looked back on her journey, Sarah knew that she had not traveled alone. Alongside her were the countless individuals and organizations that had extended a helping hand, offering support and solidarity when it was needed most. Together, they had turned the tide of despair into a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of resilience, compassion, and the enduring human spirit. In the years that followed, Sarah continued to work tirelessly on behalf of refugees and displaced persons around the world. She traveled to refugee camps, advocating for improved living conditions and access to education. She spoke at international conferences, urging governments to uphold their commitments to human rights and humanitarian assistance. Through her efforts, Sarah became a symbol of hope and resilience, a living testament to the transformative power of compassion and solidarity. Her story, once marked by tragedy and loss, had become a beacon of inspiration for all who believed in the possibility of a better world, a world where every individual, regardless of their background or circumstances, could live in peace and dignity. And as she looked out at the horizon, Sarah knew that her journey was far from over. There were still challenges ahead, still battles to be fought on behalf of those who had been silenced and marginalized. But she faced the future with courage and determination, knowing that she had the strength and support of a global community united in the pursuit of justice and equality for all. For Sarah, the young woman who had fled war and devastation in search of safety and hope, had found not only a new beginning but also a purpose, a calling to make a difference in the world and to ensure that no one would ever have to endure the hardships she had faced. And as she stood on the threshold of a new day, Sarah knew that her journey was just beginning, a journey fueled by hope, driven by resilience, and guided by the unwavering belief that a better world was possible for all. The end.